Here is my brief review of St. Nick Festive Stout from Tartarus, weighing in at 6% ABV. I eagerly waited for my monthly Bruiser subscription to arrive. It was a little late arriving, but it sounded like one that would be worth waiting for, so I didn't grumble. Actually, I did grumble a little, but that was down to having a bad case of farts from eating an out-of-date microwave curry. Much like I often do, the order came on a Saturday morning. I excitedly loaded the order immediately into my beckoning beer fridge, ready for the afternoon session. I had a lazy Saturday afternoon of Christmas movies with the wife and kids. This included Die Hard, of course, my personal choice of film at any time of the year. Where are my detonators? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker.
I drank various beers from my living room beer fridge, lovingly provided on Father's Day this year. This beer, St. Nick, was the first that jumped out to me, and I was very excited to try it. Yes, I know it's not Christmas yet, but I am known to be premature sometimes. Well, most of the time, okay, all of the time. Upon pouring, the beer jumped out and waved at me, breasts quivering, and called, "I'm a good quality beer." It invited me to sip and swallow it, rather like a sexy beer lollipop, wearing nothing but a thong and a pair of wet, foamy nipple tassels. My first taste really did shock me, and not in a good way. Now, I'm not saying I'm a beer expert. After all, who am I to tell you what to like? We all like different things, and taste is subjective. After all, do we still find the taste of crusty bogies nice enough to munch on during our breakfast? My aim was to enjoy a tasty beer and give you the hopper's honest opinion of how good or bad it was. I'm afraid I don't have anything good to say about it. The artwork of the can was very impressive. Their branding is superb. Sadly, though, I don't drink the labels, so my excitement started and ended there. Unless you are a person, like my 4-year-old hyperactive son, who likes your beers to be as sweet as your desserts, you won't like this either. My son does love a nice beer. He has a problem, but until he admits he is an alcoholic, we can't really get him the help that he needs. Back to my tasting of this beer. It was like being thrown into some sort of scientific sugar experiment, the kind you would expect to find performed by Willy Wonka, with rivers of oozing syrup, every ingredient from the sweet counter thrown in, 200 Christmas puddings, 3 million ounces of sugar, and a mass of chewed-up toffees with false teeth in tow. I didn't know which to screw up first, my face or my arse. I think both went at the same time. By the time I had finished my swallow, I was too unconscious to notice. All I remember is waking up 6 days later in a diabetic coma with a TV controller wedged inside my anus, 3 wine gums lodged deep inside my rectum, and a headache that felt like I'd picked a fight with Jake Paul. Just joking. I meant a proper boxer, like the guy on the original Mr. Muscle adverts. So this beer was one of the few that made it into my downstairs bathroom sink. I did offer it around to some of the older family in the room, but after either a sniff or a quick taste, the household decided they would rather swallow runny shit than drink this mess of a drink. This beer is advertised as follows. Brewed in collaboration with State of Kind, we have brewed a festive stout to replicate the flavours of stollen. Boiled for 3 hours, we then added all of the festive spices plus sultanas for a sessionable stout by the fire. I think they meant to say, this is a sessionable stout that you should throw onto the fucking fire. Then again, even an established fire would spit this shit back out and watch on as the living room slowly burns its way to a raging inferno. What a dirty bastard of a brew, one that will feature in the next edition of the Vile Pile. Check the playlist on our channel to learn more about drinks from the devil's arse. So, on to the scores. Price. Part of my Bruiser's subscription. I think it's usually around the £5.50 mark. Score. Sorry, I have to really force myself to give this a 1 out of 10, and that's for the artwork on the can. Would I drink it again? Nope. Not a fucking chance, not even if you gave me 50 quid. Would I buy it again? I think you can guess that's a big fat no. Would I recommend it? Not even to Kim Jong-un? I wouldn't have even inflicted this on inmates at Guantanamo Bay. There are kinder medieval torture methods written about in history books. Thanks for watching. Cheers to the beers and on to the brews reviews. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Hopper out.